Hi guys, so I'm here with Gooseby and we're gonna run through what we do to brood ducklings. I am gonna have to put him down because he's being a little bit noisy. He wants to tell you everything about all that's going on. And also we're saying him because we don't know what he is yet. That being said, that's kind of a strict rule we have for a lot of the birds that we brood, especially the ducklings that we brood, because we're not ordering them. Usually we're just getting them from local farm stores. First of all, because they're straight runs, so we have no idea what gender they are. And second of all, because at this age, some of them are really hard to tell apart. So we're only really naming if there's ones that have specific things that we can tell apart. So, down to business here. We do have a couple things that we do to try to kind of keep things a little bit more clean and organized. So, because we are changing out bedding so much, because ducklings are genuinely just such messy birds to brood, typically what I'm doing is just doing regular old wood chips because they're only $6 a bag. And then I'm running Eaton Pet and Pasture Revitalime. I literally just do like a cup at the most, and I sprinkle it in and kind of just mix it within the wood shavings, just to kind of help freshen things up and keep it from starting to stink. If you can't tell, we're kind of on like our 3 seasons porch right now. So it's not like heated. Obviously we have the brood lamp, but it does kind of get a little stinky in here if you kind of just let things marinate a little bit too much. So yeah, we definitely run this. The other thing that I use pretty religiously when I'm brooding ducks, and honestly I do give this also to my adult birds if I think they need a little bit more niacin, Metzer Farms Waterfowl Boost. So basically, this is just a niacin supplement. The reason I got into supplementing this is because of the niacin, but it's also really, really good for minerals and electrolytes. You dose this much higher, like in the first week, but I do just kind of keep adding it until they're old enough to go outside, and then I do supplement proportionally just based on their age. But yeah, this stuff is the real deal. I love using this. The last thing, I religiously do Kalmbach Feeds. I've fed other stuff in the past and just noticed it's not as high quality. I have great egg production with Kalmbach Feeds, and to be honest, just really, really happy birds. I use the Flock Maintainer for my adult birds, and then obviously the layer pellets. Yeah, for the most part, this is kind of our setup. Obviously, little feeders, 2 of them, just in case they get a little bit busy. They do tend to spill a lot of food, so, you know, it is kind of just what it is. But then we have experimented a lot with different water sources just because they like to play in it so much that they make a huge mess. This is kind of our current prototype, if you will. I mean, we've spent money on really nice waterers and also cut a hole with a box cutter in a 1-gallon jug. So pretty much willing to try anything at this point. Gooseby and I say see you next time.